Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Everyone, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Saqib Atwala. Talk title: How to set boundaries in relationships and stay true to yourself. Oh, good title. Talk. Today, I want to talk about how to set boundaries in relationships and stay true to yourself. Boundaries are limits we set to protect our time, energy, and emotions. They help us communicate what is okay and what is not okay in our relationships. Healthy boundaries allow relationships to grow with respect and understanding. Many public find it hard to set boundaries because they fear they fear disappointing others. However, setting boundaries is not selfish. It is a way of taking care of yourself and meeting self-respect. When we set clear boundaries, we feel more confident and less stressed. Boundaries help prevent misunderstandings and reduce conflict. They also allow us to stay true to our values and needs. Learning to set boundaries take practice and courage. By being honest, claim, and respectful, we can build health, their relationships, and live more balanced life. Hmm. Hello, ChatGPT.
Hey there. How's it going? What can I do for you today?
Oh, what do you do, ChatGPT?
I basically help out with answering questions, having conversations, providing information, brainstorming ideas, and just generally being a helpful virtual assistant. If there's anything specific on your mind, I'm all ears.
What do boundaries mean in simple words?
Sure, boundaries are basically limits or guidelines that you set to protect your well being. They help you decide what's okay and what's not okay in your relationships or interactions. It can be absolutely. So boundaries can be physical, emotional, or even digital. They help ensure that you feel respected and comfortable, and they keep relationships healthy and balanced. Let me know if you want more details or examples.
Why are boundaries important in relationships?
Boundaries are super important because they help maintain respect and understanding between people. They ensure that everyone's needs and feelings are honored, prevent misunderstandings, and help avoid resentment. Basically, they create a healthy balance where both parties feel safe and valued.
What happens when boundaries are not respected?
When boundaries aren't respected, it can lead to feelings of resentment, stress, and even burnout. It can also cause a breakdown in trust and communication, making relationships feel unbalanced or even toxic. That's why it's really important to communicate clearly and reinforce boundaries when needed.
How do public find it hard to set boundaries?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people struggle with setting boundaries because they might worry about hurting others' feelings, facing conflict, or being seen as rude or unkind. It can also be tough if someone's not used to advocating for themselves, but with practice and confidence, it definitely gets easier over time.
How can boundaries help reduce stress and conflict?
Absolutely. Boundaries help by creating clear expectations and reducing misunderstandings, which in turn lower stress. When you know your limits and communicate them, it prevents people from overstepping and helps you maintain a sense of control. This leads to healthier interactions and ultimately less conflict.
What is the difference between healthy and unhealthy boundaries?
Sure, healthy boundaries are clear, respectful, and flexible. They protect your well being while still allowing for open communication and mutual respect. On the other hand, healthy boundaries can be too rigid, where you shut people out completely, or too porous, where you let others take advantage of you. Healthy boundaries balance your needs and the needs of others, while unhealthy boundaries tend to cause more stress or imbalance.
How can communication help in setting boundaries?
Communication is absolutely key. Being open and honest about your needs, expectations, and limits helps others understand where you stand. It also allows you to address any concerns and misunderstandings early on. Good communication ensures that boundaries are respected and that both parties feel heard and valued.
How do boundaries help us stay true to ourselves?
Boundaries help by ensuring that you prioritize your own needs, values, and well being. They allow you to say no when something doesn't align with your principles and say yes to what genuinely supports your growth and happiness. In this way, boundaries keep you authentic and prevent you from overextending yourself or compromising your own values.
What challenges might we face when setting boundaries?
There are definitely a few challenges. For one, people might resist or react negatively, especially if they're not used to you setting limits. It can also be tough to maintain boundaries consistently, especially if you're worried about conflict or disappointing others. And sometimes it can be tricky to even recognize where your boundaries should be in the first place. But with practice and patience, it definitely gets easier.
How can respecting boundaries improve relationships over time?
When boundaries are respected, it builds trust and mutual respect, which are the foundation of any strong relationship. Over time, this leads to more open communication, fewer misunderstandings, and a deeper sense of security and connection. It also means that each person feels valued and understood, which naturally strengthens the bond between them.
What happens when relationships are not respected?
When boundaries aren't respected, it can lead to a lot of tension, misunderstandings, and even conflict. Over time, that can erode trust and intimacy, causing the relationship to feel unbalanced or even toxic. It can also result in emotional fatigue, resentment, and eventually distance between the people involved. It really undermines the overall health of the relationship.
What is the difference between boundaries?
It sounds like you might be curious about the difference between different types of boundaries, like emotional versus physical boundaries, or maybe healthy versus unhealthy ones. If you let me know a bit more about what you're curious about, I can definitely dive into that.
More details, ChatGPT.
No worries at all. If you have any other questions or if there's anything specific you want to dive into, just let me know. I'm here to help with whatever you need.
Oh, thank you, ChatGPT. Nice answer questions. Very nice questions. Very nice answers. Need your improve answer. Need your questions. Very nice. Good.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I'm glad you found the answers helpful. And if you ever have more questions or just want to chat, I'm always here to help.
No more questions. Thank you for again.
You're very welcome. It's always a pleasure. If anything comes up in the future, just reach out anytime. Have a great one.